Hello everybody, I'm Bob and this is Thailand. Today's video is about some of the retirement visa changes and the various implications that the weather had on a lot of people's opinion about Thailand and living here this past year. Hang on for a second and I'll try to sort out a little bit of the misinformation that's out there, because there's a lot of it. Thanks. Here we go. I'm going to try to give you a overall big picture look at what's going on in Thailand currently. Here we have a chart I've made over the last 4 years to show rainy season is different every year. 2018 was almost twice as long as 2016's rainy season. Actual rainfall amount varies from year to year. 2018 was very wet. Typhoons and tropical storms add to rainfall, mostly in the northeast, but of course those are unpredictable, and rainy season may last longer in the south than the north. Average rainy season over this period was about 5 months, but rule of thumbs are very imprecise in this particular matter. During this period, day-long rains are rare. Often hit-and-run showers are what you see most of. But by looking at this chart, you can see that every single rainy season was different in the last 4 years. Every year, air quality is an issue all over Southeast Asia. In Thailand, April is usually the absolute worst month. Slash and burn agriculture affects Chiang Mai greatly, but the Bangkok Post says Bangkok's air is affected mostly by autos, trucks, and industrial sources. The start of the rainy season ends the extreme bad air. 2018 has a very long and heavy rainy season, and it allowed 3 growing seasons instead of the normal 2 seasons. Unfortunately, 1/3 more agricultural waste were produced too, and April 2019 was very hot. That's some of the agricultural burning I was mentioning. If you want to multiply it by, say, several million fires during the burning season, which is also in April, you may even find yourself wearing a face mask in the swimming pool. Although bad air has chased some of the people with respiratory issues out of Thailand in the last year, the last year was abnormal because of the coincidence of a very hot period with a very polluted period. However, there are other reasons that people have been making choices about whether to continue living here or not. The Thai baht has been increasing in value for years, while the U.S. dollar, the United States dollar, has been losing value. For the U.S. dollar, it has fallen 20% in value, and other currencies such as the UK pound have also been devalued. This is a real problem for people trying to live off a fixed income. It's a real problem when people see their home currency is shrinking. If you had $1,000 coming in before, functionally it's $800 now. They're hoping that this will not continue to be the case, but Thailand has not done anything effective thus far to bring their currency under control. Now, I've often heard people complaining about the new changes to Thai immigration law. Actually, there's been a change in enforcement of existing laws rather than new laws. The only significant recent change is persons from countries that were previously able to make a sworn statement of their income are no longer able to use the sworn statement to document their income for retirement visas. It is now necessary to provide proof of income. One can meet the income requirements by keeping 800,000 baht in a Thai bank. Those persons must bring their bank book to the annual retirement visa renewal process. Repeat visa runs were restricted over 5 years ago, but a lot of people have been continuing to do visa runs, and some of my friends have been doing them for over 10 years, every 90 days. So This doesn't represent a change as much as it does a change in the efforts toward enforcement. Here are the requirements to retire in Thailand. Of course, there are a bunch of other visas, everything from student visas to work visas for various jobs. And I am more familiar with the processes around retirement visas, but I'll get to what I don't know and what you should do about it in a few more frames. Basically, you need a passport with a year remaining, and let me warn you about this. Thailand will use up more pages of your visa pages in your passport than any country I've ever been to. They are very space engaging. You need to be holding nationality or permanent residence of the country of your application, and you need proof of funds. The rest of these requirements are listed here, and you can take it into account that you need at least 65,000 Thai baht monthly income, or a bank account showing 800,000 baht, or some combination of your bank account plus your income times 12 must equal 800,000 Thai baht. Help. It is possible to do your own visa applications, and among my circle of friends, some of them have been doing their applications for many years. This year, as a result of the sworn statement of income being abolished, some of them who had been fibbing about their income for years were on the verge of having to leave Thailand, or so they thought. Based on word of mouth and inaccurate information found on forums was how they come to that conclusion. Whenever I hear someone who has decided they must leave, I suggest they email my visa agent, describe their situation in detail, and find out exactly what the facts are for free before making an unnecessary move. Visa agents know more than anyone on forums, especially about loopholes and special circumstances. I spend about $200 a year for an agent to handle all the paperwork associated with my retirement visa and to do all the activities required for the mandatory 90-day check-in procedures. Insurmountable obstacles can often be resolved after engaging a visa agent. Don't run for the woods before you know what's going on. I mentioned visa runs earlier, and basically what a visa run is you go to the border, cross the border, and re-enter Thailand. Now, the laws regarding this have been in place for over 5 years, but the enforcement seems to have increased over the last 12 months. Now you only get a couple or three entries and exits before they start asking questions, primarily designed to figure out if you're doing business in Thailand and don't have a work permit. And a lot of people have milked their tourist visas for years. That's decreasing now. And one of my friends who recently went down south and entered Cambodia tried to turn around the same day, and they made him wait another day in Cambodia. Another thing that's been of some concern to some people is the TM30 form. Now, this is not something that the foreign guy has to do. This is something that your place of residence is required to submit, the TM30 form, upon your arrival and when you take trips outside your home province of residence. This requirement has been law since before 1980, but Thailand immigration has started to enforce it more recently. I don't understand how my condo is supposed to know if I take a ride up to Mae Hong Son province, but the place of residence is the responsible party who must submit the document, not the foreign individual. The recent enforcement of TM30 requirements have drawn a lot of criticism both from within Thailand and from European business associations doing business in Thailand. Current regulations may possibly be modified in the future. Well, I hope the video proved to be informative. There's so much misinformation out there on the internet, and so many of the forums are full of people who are misinformed, trolls, or otherwise giving you less than the full picture. So hopefully this gave you a good look at the big picture, and you can check out some of our other videos at Razor's Edge Thailand. Thanks again for watching.